It looks like we got some people showing up. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, I thought I said 8:15. It's possible I typed 8:30 though. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Perez. That better, Barky? Hey, Riley. Yeah, I just got these in the mail. I Champion's Path. This set right here was the set that came out right when I got into looking into Pokemon. And these Marnie sets were the ones that were the Marnie box sets were the with the playmat in it were the ones that were all crazy. Everyone was looking for and nobody could find, and there was all the scalping and stuff going on. Um, so um, I picked up a bunch of these playmats for real cheap on eBay the other day, and I'm keeping one, and I'm gonna try and sell the rest of them at some point. Hey, Rob. I'm not sure what I'm sorting. I've always got lots of different things I can sort, so I was going to leave it up to you guys once we get some more people in. I've got Flesh and Blood rares that I'm going to be trying to make sets out of. I've got a couple thousand Yu-Gi-Oh cards that need to be alphabetized, or I can dig out the magic from that collection that I didn't sort last time. Yeah, I'm gonna try and sell them at the convention. So I'm gonna be vending a convention in Charlotte, the beginning of June, the first weekend of June. For those who haven't heard about it, like Barky has, it's a Collecticon in Charlotte. So I'll be there, and a couple of others, a couple other YouTubers, old school Pokemon and Catch 'em All Collectibles. I think will be there. All right, Barky, you take care of your kiddo. I just got mine in bed, so you might hear them yelling if they decide to not be good. How are you guys doing? Yeah, it's my wife's dog. I don't have a dog. I feel you. This past weekend was Not a good one over here either. Uh, what would you like it to be better, Barky? I'm just curious. I'm not really familiar with other streaming services so much, so. Oh, weird. Haven't had any sales on TCG Player, Perez? How much do you have listed? Have you been continually adding or changing the prices of the stuff you have listed? Yeah, if you're not selling anything, it's not because there's not people looking at it. It's because either the price isn't right or you've only got stuff that nobody looks at. Well, that's good. Hopefully that'll pick up for you then soon. Ooh, these Yu-Gi-Oh cards are pretty scuffed up on the back. That one looks okay. This one less so. That one's pretty good. Digimon. I imagine with the market being a little smaller, if there's any volatility at all, it's big volatility, right? Like you said, the prices swing pretty quickly. A big old scuff spot right in the middle of that one. I can get the light on it right, yeah, right there. I haven't gotten any Digimon at all, so I'm interested to hear how that's going for you. Sounds like you got to be on top of the prices, though, if they're going up and down that fast. Oof. What am I using to capture the video? It's the Canon T6 and OBS. Is there something wrong with it? Hey, Tachibana. He's looking better. He spoke too soon. Yeah, and I know there's adjustments to make where you can change the lag so that it matches up a little better. I just haven't 100% dialed it in. I've got it pretty close. It works great when I'm recording, but it doesn't work as good for streaming, apparently. So, I don't know if I have to have a different setup for streaming as far as changing the lag. It could be. I'll have to look more into it because I want to learn more about it. There's a bunch of good ones in a row. Yeah, we can dig into it at some point, Barky. Excuse me for just a second, guys. What could you be scared of? Under your blanket. You changed what? Lay down and go sleep. Look. I'm sorry. What? Because y'all threw fits about it. Sorry about that. Hey, we got a few people in here now, huh? How many people are here now? Is everybody fine with me continuing to condition this Yu-Gi-Oh bulk, or do we want to look at something else? I've got Magic I can sort. I've got Flesh and Blood I can sort. All right, Riley. Well, thanks for hanging out, Tachibana. All right, Charles. Yeah, I want to get through this because I've got maybe 700 or 800 Yu-Gi-Oh cards still left in inventory that are listed. And I got all this in the other day, and I still haven't got it sorted at all or even conditioned. So, looking good. Surface on some of these is getting kind of rough. Scratches. Yeah, it happens. If the envelopes that I use, I don't have a link to those because I actually get them from Walmart. I have not been able to find anywhere online that's cheaper than these envelopes right here that I get at Walmart. I do have a box here. I'm gonna look at them. You can get I get these in my Walmart for $2.34 a box, and they're not the lick 'em yourself kind. No, less than 2 cents an envelope, or less than 3 cents an envelope. Yeah, right. $2.34 plus taxes. A hundred of them in the box. It's ridiculously expensive compared to anything you can find online. Even if you go online you can't buy them through the Walmart website. If you buy those exact ones through like eBay or something, it's somebody who's bought them at Walmart and is selling them on eBay for $6 or $10. I haven't been able to find anything to beat it, even wholesale from like Royal Mailers or some other big envelope store. Yeah. Stamps. I buy my stamps from the post office. I used to buy them on eBay. And then I started to notice that all of them were being shipped from China. And because it was taking 3 weeks for them to show up. And they would come in with all kinds of Hansa script on it, on the packaging. And then there was a sudden crash in the prices of stamps on eBay. I was getting them for like 40 to 45 cents per stamp instead of 55, which is what it was at the time. And they suddenly dropped to like 20 or 30 as a bunch of new accounts came on to compete with the existing prices. And eBay cracked down on them because they were all counterfeits. And so now I'm not even willing to try to deal with discounted stamps. It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the logistical problems of waiting for them to show up. I was having to go and buy them at the post office anyway because it would take too long for them to show up because they had to print them and mail them from China. Yeah, I mean, once you have the actual stamps in hand, they're really hard to tell apart. So you likely won't have too much of an issue, unfortunately. But being in this business, I have a real problem with counterfeits. And just because I can't tell that they're counterfeits doesn't mean that somebody can't, and doesn't mean that somebody's not being cheated. So I'm not willing to mess with it. I found other ways to cut costs, like $2 for 100 envelopes, and I am good with where I'm at. Looking good. Looking not so good. I wish the Yu-Gi-Oh cards didn't all say 1996 on the bottom of them. I wish they had the date that they were printed on them. That would be easier for me. Yeah, they are sold out at the moment. I think they're getting a restock before too long. mid to late May. He's hopes to have a better date soon, it looks like, according to his website. Yeah, it's like a wholesale model for him. He's getting them directly from the manufacturer, and he sells out of them faster than they can make them for him, I suppose. That's a pretty good deal for card savers. The cheapest I've been able to find them is like 8 or 9 cents a piece. I did put an eBay link on my community tab a couple weeks ago for people who can't get card saver or the shipping shields uh, or just don't like the shipping shields. They prefer the card saver or the semi-rigid card holders. Columbia Hobby on eBay has a whole bunch of relatively inexpensive supplies, and they had 200 of the semi-rigid card holders and some penny sleeves for a decent price. I'm sorry, bear with me again in just a second, guys. My kids are acting up. Guys, what is going on? What are you screaming and crying about? Okay, lay still and be quiet, Cyrus. Hey, what's wrong? What did you do that was mean, Cyrus? Okay, Faye, why are you talking to Cyrus? He's just trying to get you to stop talking. That's what it sounds like. You shouldn't be talking to him. You should be going to sleep. This is the worst day ever? Well, go to sleep and get it over with. Go to sleep. I'm sorry, Faye. I don't understand what's wrong. You're not telling... Stop. Stop screaming, please. Cyrus, you're not helping. What is wrong, Faye? Sounds like you're being mean to Cyrus. You were yelling at him. I could hear you. Stop. Calm down. Lay still and go to sleep. Okay. Cyrus, don't yell at Faye, okay? I understand, Cyrus. Faye, be quiet. Cyrus, be quiet. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Where are we at in the comments? Okay. Yeah, I like the semi-rigid card holders more than top loaders. I've moved away from using top loaders entirely. Uh, I only use them for display purposes at home. They're too rigid; they get chewed up in the mail. You can get more cards in the semi-rigid card holders. They are more flexible. They are a little less protective. Yeah, for me, for cards in an envelope, I can show that process. I have an old video about it, but I can show that real quick. Say I was shipping these 4 cards right here. They would go in a penny sleeve. And then in a shipping shield. I usually try to fold over the bottom just to make it extra sealed. Seal that up. That goes in a team bag. These are actually a little bit extra long. They're the graded card sleeves, I think is what the product's called. So like that. If it's going just in a regular envelope, I'll tape it like that just to fold the flap over, so there's not quite room in here. And then that goes in there, just like that. And I can do 6 cards in one of those shipping shields like that. I can get 8 in there, but 6 before I have to go to an additional ounce stamp. So there's these additional ounce stamps you can get, and I just put a regular stamp and an additional ounce stamp on there, and that gets you up to 2 ounces. For more than 8 cards, say I had another one of these, I go up to 16. Yeah, I go to a longer envelope, Jason. So I get the number 10 envelopes, the same place I get the number, the smaller ones. I got some of those right here. They're a little pricier, but I'll tape these together like this, front and back. Drop that in there like that. It's still flexible, but they're not going to slide in front of each other. I've only had one of these ever sent back to me where it's moved so that they wouldn't run it through the machines because it was too thick. And that way you can get up to 16 cards. Anything over 16 cards, I send in a bubble mailer. I settled on that process after a lot of empirical data from trying to shove stuff through the mail as best as possible. And yeah, I don't want them to send me something back and have to deal with the customer service issue because I put too many cards through. I've settled on 6 as my maximum number of cards before I go to an additional ounce stamp. And 8 is the maximum I can get in a shipping shield. So 2 shipping shields is 16 cards. Hello, Traps. Yeah, the shipping shields are great. I really like them. I'm definitely sticking with them. He's should have a restock up in the next couple of weeks. For bubble mailers, Moondrius. Hello, by the way. I do all my parcel shipping with Pirate Ship. So I do it through there. But I treat it like a parcel. If it's gonna be in that, I don't want them to send it back. If somebody's willing to buy 50 or 100 cards from me, I'm willing to go a little extra and get them to buy the next 50 or 100 cards from me. Yeah, if I'm gonna spend, if I'm gonna put 5 stamps on something, it's 250 already. I might as well pay 324, get it tracked and tracked, and they can track it and all that. So Pirate Ship is not expensive. Pirate Ship is markedly cheaper than going to the post office and buying your parcel postage there. It also saves me a lot of time because I can print the label off. So yeah, if it's a good deal cheaper than buying shipping at the post office. Yeah, but there's a good chance they'll just send it back, Moondrius, because if it's in a bubble mailer, it won't go through their machines. They can't treat it like a regular envelope. I think they're 7 cents each if you get up into like the 1,800 to 6,000 shields, and you're getting them all in from one spot, and they work better than those other products, and they are recyclable, and a lot of good reasons to go to the shipping shields. Yeah, you don't have to for TCG player. I ship, again, anything over 16 cards is going to be tracked, and anything for me over $20 or so. Well, if it's $5 of cards and your fees are what, 60 cents, so you're at 440, and you paid 348 for shipping, so you got 90 cents. If it's 20 cards, if you paid half a cent a piece for them, it's only 10 cents. You made 80 cents. Well, I don't only sell cards through the direct program, Jason. I've got they only do direct for Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh. And I also sell Flesh and Blood, and I've got a little bit from some other card games, Vice Wars, Card Fight Vanguard, and also you will, like Tachibana says, you will still get a few orders that you have to ship out. It's stuff that they don't have at their warehouse if they're out. So. I have zero experience selling on eBay, Jason. I have I think about it. I look at it every now and then. I don't feel like eBay is good for selling bulk single commons, which is really what I'm trying to be good at. What bulk do you pick up on eBay, Kenny? I'm always looking for bulk. I know there is bulk there, but most of it seems to be overpriced for me. It depends on the game, Perez. I do have my buy prices listed on my website. If you check that out and click on the buy list tool up in the menu in the top right, then you can see my buy prices and a whole bunch of other websites buy prices for bulk. Yeah, it always seems overpriced for most of the time. Sometimes you can snipe some good deals, but yeah, if you need inventory, then you can definitely find inventory. I'm a little flush on inventory right now. I'm actually going to be moving into an office space before too long. I found one in town here recently. So that's exciting. Going to be some changes in the setup here. Yeah, it's going to be great. Instead of this 200 square foot spare bedroom, it's going to be a 1,000 square foot studio office. Plenty of space to put in, plenty of shelves. Yeah, I'm looking to do that real soon, Charles. It's gonna. I want to put together a whole video about all that. Percentage of cards would you say just never sell? I would say 0% cards never sell, Jason. Now, slow sell definitely, but I had I had somebody buy 47 copies of Electabuzz from XY Evolutions the other day. in one order. I don't know why they wanted that particular card. I hadn't sold any in 6 months. Hey, Tachibana, even if you don't selectively choose what to put in your store and you put everything in your store and you price, even when I price things at a floor I'm not willing to go below, it still sells. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as you can make the space for it, you can mine the long tail of trading cards for a long time. 400,000 bulk in a 900 square foot apartment. That's a lot. That rivals what I've got in this room here. But I do have 100,000 out in my hallway, still waiting. So good on you there. Pokemon common uncommons. Yeah, I could use some. I don't have a lot right now. I'm pretty thin on unlisted Pokemon. I've got maybe 5,000. And I've got other projects that are bigger that have been taking up space, but if I had more, I'd definitely put them out there. Go ahead and send me a message on that, Charles. Yeah, I have issues for with eBay because, like, if you're listing bulk lots, they're gonna renew, or there's that. If you're listing individual single cards, you can't have that many unless you are a high volume seller, which you don't get to be without having a lot listed. You have to take pictures and put up a listing that you write out for every single card, and I'd much rather work just down a list and type in how many I have and not worry about it, as long as I've got the condition right and it works. Yeah, Charles, I am paying 25 per thousand for common uncommon Pokemon in near mint condition. Yeah, I never just think about shipping as a separate thing because you can set the shipping price to whatever you want, right? So, shipping, you just have to look at the total price. They will mark the individual price way down and set shipping at $40 or whatever. Yeah, right, Tachibana. I don't sell singles that aren't near mint. No, Perez. That's what this sorting that I'm doing is right now. I'm sorting out the near mint from everything else, and I will stick back the everything else until I find someone who wants to buy a bulk lot in light play condition, or donate it somewhere or something like that. Whatever works out best for me. I've got somebody who likes to buy a box of Magic from me every couple of weeks of light play condition. So that works out pretty good for me. They sent these in these Toy Story Ziploc bags. Oh, that was funny. Oh, if anybody's interested, I need to buy some like accessories right now too. Uh, Sealed land packs for Magic. I need to buy pins, like Pokemon pins, or the figurines, or sealed packs of sleeves, things like that. If anybody has anything like that, they've got tons of. They need to unload. Get in touch with me. Are there a bunch with bad corners? Am I missing something, Tachibana? Yeah, I'm Kenny. I'm vending Collecticon Charlotte here in about 3 weeks or so, the first weekend of June, and I'm hoping to have a bunch of that kind of stuff there. I know I'm not gonna have like lots and lots of high-end cards, and I'm not gonna try and compete with that. I want to compete on the low end. I'm trying to stand out a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, I think. Oh, I see what you mean, Touchpoint. Yeah. Well, they didn't quite overpack these, so the corners don't seem too bad. And Yu-Gi-Oh corners are easier to mess up because they're sharper. So yes, some of these are a little rough. That one right there. Just a little bit. Most of them are pretty good. Is anybody here close to Charlotte? Some Florida mans here. Yeah, this kind of just fell in my lap as a thing to do. A couple of other YouTubers that I watch are going. Old School Pokemon was an early friend of the channel, and he's going to it, and offered to. He let me know to see if I wanted to go, so I could get a booth table next to his, which is gonna be fun. Buying or selling, Charles? Been listing for a month. Got to TCG Direct already. Haven't even gotten through all my rares yet. Got my reds still to list before I even get to the vault. Yeah, it's a lot. The best thing I've figured out is to try and streamline the human side of the job as much as possible to match up with the interface. So if you're got a lot of bulk to list, sort it by sets, alphabetize it, and then you can just go straight down the list when you're listing it, so that it's really quick to list relatively. Then if you're trying to list every single card individually and hunting around, it's easier to pull if it's alphabetized too, so that it double helps on the back end too. I haven't looked in a little bit, Charles, but the best rate I've seen lately, at least the last time I looked, was around a penny a card for energy. If anybody knows anything that can beat that, please let me know. Let Kenny know. Or Charles, I mean. Yeah, Tachibana. You have to go undo a whole bunch of stuff. I've just noticed some of these zoom in a little bit. Some of these with the foil embossed letters, like this one here, you can actually see them debossed on the back side. You can see right up here. There, you can kind of tell right there. Just thought that was interesting. You have to play with sleeves on those, I guess. Come on, focus. There we go. Yep, call a judge. My opponent's playing with real Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Call a judge. Not undoing it, Tachibana? I mean, are you going to pay someone else to undo it, or are you just going to suffer? Okay, it's your time, man. Unsleeved? I mean, most of what I play nowadays is like sealed. So I will, I touch them unsleeved when I open them from the packs. If I play much at all, it's pre-release or simulating a pre-release. Yeah, it's fun, and it makes me feel better about opening product. I don't like to just sit and open product too often. Sometimes I do just to experience a new set, but I feel a lot better about opening product and then playing with it at least once. A lot of these that were in the bags are actually pretty good condition. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Kenny. Though sometimes me and my wife, we can't wait that long. We'll end up opening the whole box and playing 3 sealed rounds in the same night. That's what we did with Core 21. We kept opening Ugins and Grim Tutors. It was too much fun. I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! My little brother, he's 10 years younger than me. We watched the first season of the show together when it was new. Back in the long, long ago. Oh, here we go. Check that out. A crimped card right across the top there. I don't know if you can see that. I have no idea if this is a valuable card. I'll look it up later. But I'm definitely going to keep that. I love these kind of things. Yeah, my brother was born in 95. Which means I just put a date time on my age. Yeah, at that time I was really into the Star Wars card game, and I had just started to pick up Magic in '95 or so, '99 when Pokemon got big, 2000, and all that. When Yu-Gi-Oh finally started taking off, and my brother was about 5, and started getting interested in it because I was interested. I was in high school. Magic was where it was at. Though there were a lot of people playing the Lord of the Rings card game that Decipher put out when those movies were coming out. There was a fair amount of people playing the Deadlands card game too. But I never had any of the Deadlands cards. Still know nothing about Magic, huh, Perez? If you've played Hearthstone, it's kind of like a less basic version of that, from what I understand, as far as the rules go. Um, so for Magic, they have where you can list cards from different languages. For other games, you have to list a card under the normal English listing, and then list it with a picture, and then put in the description that it is a foreign language card, and what language it is and whatnot. So there's a way around it, but it tends to be quite a bit more labor, so I would only do it for higher end cards. In which case, you might be better off through eBay anyway. Yeah, if you're going to do the same amount of work, and eBay is probably going to get more eyeballs on that particular exact Japanese card, might as well do it on eBay. Yeah, that's definitely a viable business model, Kenny. A lot of people do that, crack stuff and list it right at release, or crack it right before release if they can get their hands on it before release, and then list it at release and ride the falling knife. after I get my office set up, I might be looking into trying to develop a relationship with a distributor. See if I might be able to get some sealed product and see what, if that's a viable end of the market for myself, and be a little less reliant on having to pick up collections from people and have a little bit more of a chance at the higher end stuff. But I really like how inexpensive it is to pick up a whole lot of cards. Getting bulk myself is more expensive than buying sealed product? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, opening sealed product for bulk is a lot more expensive, but you don't only get bulk from sealed products. You get high end stuff too. Hopefully, I mean, you get $5 and $10 and $20 and $30 cards too. So, the bulk is kind of like icing on the cake. You get, if you think about it as the high end stuff pays for the sealed product, the bulk is free. The cost in that way ends up being, for the bulk itself, ends up being cheaper. But if you aren't hitting anything that's high end that makes the box worth opening that way, then it's not like the bulk is going to save the box. It just raises the floor a little bit, right? If you want to think of the bulk as definitely being worth a certain amount, one, it takes a while to sell it all. So it's not like you can max out a credit card and hope to turn around and resell it. And two, it doesn't add up that much. 10 boosters is not enough to open and be certain you're going to get there. But that's the thing with if you're going to do that, you really need to open a lot of sealed product if it's randomized. Now, like the video I did not too long ago where I opened 2 commander decks, those were not randomized. You know what cards you're getting. You can check and see if it's going to work. But yeah, 10 boxes, you can still have enough variance where you're not going to get the right. You're going to miss all the high-end cards. Or you might be in a set that is less desirable if that's the first thing you're trying out. So there's a difference in opening Battle Styles 3 weeks after release and Evolving Skies. And so how much bulk do you get out of a box of Pokemon? Those were decent sets. They were, a little bit, decent sets. I mean, come on, Pokemon's a game, Kenny. Lots of people play the game. There is a higher ratio of collectors to players than there is in Magic. So yeah, so 8 regular and regular non-foil commons and uncommons. And is it still 36 packs a box? You're looking at like 300 cards in a box. And that's what, $6 if you're looking at just selling the bulk as bulk. Sorry, half the videos I've been watching lately of openings have been for Flesh and Blood. And they were 24 packs a box, which is confusing. Except for the new set, the historic pack set, which is 36 packs again. I mean, I think I could make more than $6 off of that Pokemon bulk, which is why I would be willing to buy 300 Pokemon bulk for $6. So it's, I mean, it doesn't add up a whole lot. It doesn't, but it puts a higher floor on the box. So yeah, that's like $75 on the market for bulk. You know, as bulk. I would think you ought to be able to double that over time selling as singles. But not in a weekend or a month. It's definitely a time investment. Long-term investment. Yeah, I wish I had more money to buy bulk right now, because it's down in a lot of places. A lot of people are buying, or a lot more people are selling than normal. Definitely more than that, but roughly around 30% of the box cost, even at distributor pricing. That's right, Kenny. So, you know, you're not looking to sell, you know, you're not looking to buy 1,000 bulk and turn that $25 into $40 next week. You're looking to buy 100,000 bulk. And, you know, it definitely pays faster than buying dividend stocks. Can I tell you that? It's more active than buying dividend stocks, that's for sure. Yeah, right, Kenny. Well, this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff started off pretty rough in condition, but it's definitely more than 50% of it is near mint, which I'm pleased with. I know some of this is relatively old, so hey, another crimp. See it right across the top there? Yeah, I was at a point right before I joined Direct that I was doing 30 to 50 orders a day, and that was rough. Just by myself. Hey Chemo, I haven't seen you on here. Thanks for dropping in. I have a binder that I keep all my error cards in. I don't have, you know, super expensive ones or anything, but most error cards, if you can find the right marketplace on Facebook, are, you know, in the realm of, you know, a couple of dollars and up. And considering that I paid 1.5 cents for each of these cards, that's a win for me. And, you know, I just hang on to them because I think they're neat, and the cost is basically nothing for me too, so that's nice. But I'll pull out that binder here. I've got like 2 more bags of these to sort, and I'll pull that out, slip these in there, and I can show you guys the rest of them if you like. Before we wrap up the stream. Yeah, man, that's what you got to do in this game. 10 to 20 a day, orders a day. Yeah, right now I'm at, depending on the day, 5 to 15 a day. That's not including the direct sales, obviously. So. A business sell, Charles? Like a phone? Yeah, you get your prices dialed in, Perez, and you'll see a definite uptick in sales. I don't have a business cell phone. I just have my own phone. I try not to call people if at all possible. Yeah, once you're getting 10, 15, 20 orders a day or more, you you got to figure out how to get good at shipping, or you're going to spend all day every day shipping. All right, cool. Thanks, Charles. Yeah, no problem, Perez. That's good to hear. I'm glad I'm helping you out, or that the others in the community are helping out. Jacob, I don't have an LLC. I have a sole prop set up, though I'm looking at maybe setting it up as an LLC sometime within the year. Maybe to blanket in some of my other similar but not exactly this activities, and so that might be a thing that happens going forward, especially since I'm getting the space. Stephen Lynch's Tennessee. What's that, Kenny? You can, Jacob, because you can get an EIN from the IRS, and that can be like your business social security number. That's free. You don't even have to pay to do that. You just have to have a business license of some sort. I haven't bothered because I'm not spending that much at stores. Hey there, Charles. Other TCG I'm looking at getting into. So I'm in Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic, and Flesh and Blood. Big. I am keeping an eye on MetaZoo. If there becomes an active bulk market for MetaZoo, I will be willing to buy into that. I have a little bit of Vice Wars, a little bit of Cardfight Vanguard. I need to list some more of that stuff because I have some more lists. But yeah, I'm relatively agnostic as far as what game I'm in. I'm definitely interested in anything that has a big enough player base to support selling cheap singles, because that's what I'm good at. Part of why I do this way is I don't really want to spend time trying to buy high-end cards and talking to people and going and meeting people and all that. I have a hard time with that sometimes. And I don't want to spend large amounts of my time trying to source individual cards. And I don't like the risk of sending expensive individual cards in the mail, hoping to receive expensive individual cards in the mail. I've been burned on it with stuff coming in that was not in the condition that it was sent in, or that I requested it in. And the risk is just bad when you got 5 cards coming in. They're supposed to be near mint and they all show up moderately played. And yeah, you can do stuff to mitigate it, or to get your money back, whatever, but you got to spend time and effort and energy, and money's tied up in the meantime. And this way I can manage all that risk a lot easier and not spend hardly any time trying to source the stuff. I have it here. It's ready. Now I'm completing a buy from Charles Bilansky during this stream, it seems like. So Stephen Lynch is a comic singer? Okay, I'll look into him, Kenny. Is it just because I'm in Tennessee? Been lucky so far. I'll send a $50 order with a single stamp. That is lucky. That's not something I would do. All right, these stacks here are all near mint, and only about 600 or 700 were below near mint, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I'll get these in a box, and I'll get the binder out with the misprints, and we'll put these in it. Yeah, that'll work. Don't take it personally, okay? It's okay. I'm not super attached to my identity as a resident of the state of Tennessee, Kenny, so I'll probably just laugh along with you. There we go. Sorry for the nauseating experience there for a second. But this is my misprints binder. Let's see, we got some interesting ones there. This is a miscut. You can see the bottom of another card there. Some of these Mystical Archives from miscut, same way. You can see it's off the bottom there, and there's a black strip across the top from the card above it. Some of these I have to remember what the misprint is. Oh, we got these two are connected. This is a big ink blot. These were in the same pack. This Geist Blast is super pink. This Hoot Hoot has a crimp across the top. I'm not going to see it in the sleeve. There we go. Where's the light? There we go. Can you all see that? I don't grade any cards, Perez. I kind of don't agree with the whole grading service thing. And I feel kind of borne out by that since the Logan Paul scam thing. This one's neat with a left to right off center. Not quite a miscut, but far enough that it's noticeable. This Raised Dead has a blotch right in the middle of the R there. So these are all minor miscuts, or minor misprints. Let's zoom in so you can see the individual cards. So yeah, there's a little blotch there on the R for Raised Dead. And then other than that, it's a near mint revised Raised Dead, which is pretty cool. This Scorching Dragonfire is a really cool one, where it's got blotches on it where it's missing the red ink. Up here, all across here. Oh, that's definitely a revised. What else we got interesting? What are some of these? It's been a while since I pulled this out and looked at them. Oh, we got a pink dot over here on the Anticipate. Anticipate's one of my favorite cards. Got this ink smear on the name for the Spear Point Oread. I like drawing cards, Kenny. I don't care what color it is. I want to draw cards. It's the best feeling in the world. This Pansear is miscut like the magic ones at the beginning. The text down here is cut off, and you can see the text from the next one across the top. Oh, let's put it on camera so you can actually see it. I don't know if that shows up. Yeah, you can see the black dots right there. It's from the copyright line of the card above it on the sheet. A big crimp on this Woobat. These are all cards that I've picked up from bulk collections, except for a couple that I've opened in packs. So that's definitely a print problem. That's not like some scratch or something that's removed ink from the card. Got this foil Jewel Eye Cobra, which looks normal, but the foil layering has this issue. It's like a blotch of foil that didn't go on. And I would think it would just be damaged, but there was another one right behind it with the, or in the box, with the exact same thing on the exact same card, and no other cards around it like that. Don't have too many flesh and blood errors, but there's a big crimp on Rise Above right there. From Monarch Unlimited. Not like a stupid expensive card, but alright, well I will put these two Yu-Gi-Oh cards in my binder here. Crimps across the top on both of those. No, I don't have any WotC errors that I know of. Well, there's a little blotch in this energy card here. A little like a printer hickey right there. That's going to be the closest thing I have. I'll keep an eye out for those, Kenny. So, not a huge binder, plenty of room to go in it. But it's there to fill in when I get something in. They're coming out of the pack creased. That's odd. What packet? What seal product are those double-sided tokens coming in? The collector's packs, or are they in the regular packs or whatever? So one side is creased, but the other side is not? That... I'd be interested to see that, Kenny. That sounds like it would be valuable to the right people. Hello, Iron Blood. I know that there's a pretty deep-pocketed group on Facebook that buys and sells misprints. People on there that all they do is buy and sell misprints. And if that's something like that where it's creased on one side but not on both sides of the card, then it's definitely a non-reproducible type of damage that you could do at home. It's a problem that, yeah, it's a problem from the process of making the card. Yeah, that's definitely where you want to sell them. Go there. Just search on Facebook, MTG Misprints group. You'll find it. Now I haven't. Yeah, I'm in that group. I don't have hardly any to sell, but I like to have access to the group to for information. Because there's some really old school Magic historians in there too. Um, yeah, check them out. If the regular ones are going for $2 a piece, I would I would think 15 to 20 would not be unreasonable if those are genuine misprints. Oh, Mr. Perez, it depends on the game a little bit, but so what I do is what I did tonight was I conditioned all those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, checked them for near mint and non near mint, and so what I'll do next is I'll take the near mint ones and I'll alphabetize them and get them listed that way. Now most games I set sort them. I don't with Yu-Gi-Oh currently because my inventory is very small and the sets are really hard to tell apart because it's just a little tiny string of letters. If I get to much larger inventory of Yu-Gi-Oh, I will likely end up set sorting them. And then within the set, I alphabetize uh, the set. Alphabetize within the set because uh, that makes them a lot faster to pull from the set. If the Digimon cards are alphabetized and in set number order, then yeah, go with that. But elsewise, go alphabetical. Yeah, that's a good idea, Iron Blood. That way everybody can see it if they want to. Hello, Pokedrew. I don't use any. I any XL like that. I rely on TCG Player's innate inventory system. If that's something that people would be interested in, I might be able to help out with that. Are you level 4 yet, A Perez? Because price changing can be pretty quick if you are level 4 if you have access to the pricing tab. I mean, it's still working down a list, uh, but it's rather than changing the prices on everything at once, you have to be pro to get the mass price software. I haven't looked into that too much yet, but I will be looking into that soon. Now, once you get to level 4, which if you've changed your prices, like you said, you should be getting up to before too long. They drop in a pricing tab, which I've shown a video about before if you look back through my old videos. But yeah, you can work straight down a list of all the cards in the set and just put in your price and quantity, price and quantity, price and quantity. It goes really quickly. Yeah, Pro, you get a lot of other stuff too. Like I've got the Pro website set up, which I haven't had very many sales through because I got to get people to actually go to the website and buy stuff through it. All right, thanks, Charles. I'll keep an eye out for that. Um, I want to look into mass price. It might help me out. Quick list, I don't really think is going to help me out with my workflow because scanning the cards doesn't make it go too fast. That's a big jump up, Kenny. Yeah, I wanted to try it out, especially for the website. Um, yeah, so if they buy cards through the website, then you don't get charged the TCG player portion of the fee. So that's the awesome option. So that's the awesome part is if they buy cards through the your website, then the 8.5 or 9.25% or whatever it is that you get charged by TCG player doesn't get charged. All you do is pay the PayPal fees and the 2.5% for the pro, which is significantly less. But you got to drive people to your website. Well, I mean, it depends on if you can market it. A lot of people do have a lot of luck with their website. I wanted to see about getting good at the driving people to my website, so I'm going for it. So the you get the free shipping option once you hit level 4. Again, Perez, it's a level 4 feature that you just set your option to free shipping in your shipping tab. I got about 10 minutes left tonight, guys, before I have to call it. It's starting to get a little late. My website I created, I did it through WordPress, but I also have a Seller Pro website that I have linked to it from my personal website. I don't sell anything directly through my website. That's Tachibana. That's just what it says when you set your option to free shipping. It will show on the TCG player sales page for each thing um, that it's free shipping for orders over $5, and anything under $5, TCG player will default to charging 78 cents of shipping. So like if you buy a 10 cent card and that's all you buy, the seller pay or the buyer pays 88 cents and taxes if there's taxes. 88 cents, then you get your fees taken out of that, and then the rest is passed on to the buyer. Yeah, Iron Blood. It can definitely work out for people who sell or who are good with social media. Um, I'm I would say I'm mediocre at social media, looking to be better. And I know it can work out for a lot of places that have a brick and mortar presence in a community and stuff like that. They drive people to the website in their store, so a lot of them make it that way. A lot of the features of the pro accounts are really tied to having a brick and mortar store. Yeah, I don't know. There may be a way to set it with free shipping for orders over a certain amount. I've never messed with it. I just always set it to free shipping because I when I buy stuff, I always buy from people with free shipping. Oh yeah, you, right. So you have to reset your prices because your prices before that were you know, yeah, I got you. Yeah, if someone sells something for $10 free shipping, I'm gonna buy it before I buy it from somebody that sells something for $5 with $5 shipping. And it's not like I'm selling stuff with a super high amount of demand, so I want to remove as many possible barriers to someone buying something from me as possible. Yeah, it's hard if you're selling bulk to show up on the very lowest listings if you're selling a 10-cent card and you explicitly charge 80 cents because it's going to list it in order as if you're charging 90 cents, like Kenny's saying. So if there's three cards on a page, one is 10 cents free shipping unless it's over $5. One is 10 cents with 80 cents shipping, and one is 79 cents free shipping over $5. Your other one is going to be yours is going to show up last. Sellers in cart under finding a seller section. I guess it would find if you've got cards in your cart, then it would find, yeah, it will only show cards that are sold by sellers that you currently have in your cart, so that you can put them together to get them shipped from one source, and so only pay one shipping cost, or however many sellers that you have in your cart. Well, there you go, Tachibana. I mean, if you're doing that good on that many sales a day with your shipping settings set up as they are, then we might need to be learning something from you. Because I mean, if you were able to set it at free shipping and have your prices accordingly, then you might triple your sales. 'As a trick question, Charles, there's not a time I usually go to bed because I run until I die. Sometimes that's at 10 o'clock, and sometimes that's at 2 o'clock. 300 in sales in a day. Did you have to ship them all yourself, or was that through direct? When I first set up direct, I think I did a video about it, but I had like 600 orders in the first day. There you go, Tachibana. I am a Coca-Cola man. That's what I'm drinking right now. I drink a bit of coffee in the morning sometimes, but that's it. That's impressive, Iron Blood. You're still here. Is Discord something a bunch of other people would be interested in? 6 hours is not bad on 300 orders. That's pretty good. Yeah. That we need to get some tips from you, Ironblood. How much inventory do you have? Jacob, I'm working on it. It's going to be something I'm going to launch before too long. Absolutely. I mean, if you make money doing it, yeah. If you're profitable, Pokadrew, you need to claim it on. You're supposed to claim it on your taxes. If you're not claiming it, then you're technically committing tax fraud. So you're not down in the bulk game like me. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Touch about it, or somebody else's old shoes for that matter. Yeah, if you, when you're in cards, over $1, then they're a lot higher up in the demand curve than the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, if you've had problems with the IRS, I can definitely see the not wanting to re-trigger that trauma response. Um, Hello, Van. So if you're selling over a few $100s, I don't remember exactly what the limit is within the calendar year, then any marketplace like TCG Player or eBay or whatever should issue you a tax form that will that will list your revenue through that, and then you're gonna have to be a good business person and keep records of all of your expenses so that you can write them off against your revenue. I think it's $600. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I'm not a tax advisor. Well, no, that's starting in this for the next year. Before that, it was like $10,000, but you can get eBay or TCG Player or whatever to uh, print out a report of your sales within a year. Yeah, absolutely, Perez. You can write off a lot of things: stamps, envelopes, boxes, all the product that you buy, um, pens, stationery, desks, computers, camera equipment. You can, if your office is in your home, you can write off the square footage in your home against your rent or mortgage payments. If it's at your office, I think maybe toilet paper, Kenny, yes. If your office isn't in your home, you can write off your internet access. Yeah, I'm not giving anybody tax advice. I would not send. I do not send bulk to TCG Player. I don't do that. They have a service like Amazon Fulfillment where you can send in your cards and they will sort them and store them for you. They will only list cards that are over 25 cents, I think, and they will charge you to store it, and they will charge you to send back all the stuff you sent that they didn't list. I couldn't really tell you much about any of that stuff. Anybody have any other questions? I'm about to wrap it up, guys. Yeah, Pokedrew, neurodivergence is definitely a helpful thing. Into the Ink, you love the content, keep it up. Hey, glad I can help you out, man. Just be ready for a big increase in sales. Sorry we had a couple people drop in right at the last minute, but thanks for coming by, everybody.